Discover your body. How familiar are you with your own body? How long has that one thing been there? How does your body react to, well, everything? Every sight, sound, smell, taste, feel? Not just when you first sense it, but as it passes beyond the senses and through your body. I know. Just start to pay attention. Soon, you're going to be able to control your entire body. You're going to take it off of autopilot. Now, you're probably asking, what does it feel like to take your body off of autopilot? Well, to be honest with you, a little scary at first. I worried that I might mess something up and accidentally kill myself. But you know what I learned is that this body will warn me if I do something stupid or get too close to any fail safe. There was this one time when I put my body's metabolism on full throttle. I was trying to get rid of a shitload of belly fat that I had accumulated. What I discovered is that upping my metabolism while keeping my appetite on a low burner allowed me to lose it very quickly. I also set off some alarms in several vital systems and had to pull it back and give my body a lot of fuel over the next week. But just between you and me, I'd do it again. The results were fucking amazing. It's normal to be apprehensive about the unknown, a place you've never been, a thing you've never done, but you won't accidentally kill yourself. But you can shut down your systems with intent. What I mean is, if you decide you want to end it, that you're done living, your body will comply if you tell it to. Your body has a special language that only you are supposed to understand, and it speaks to you all the time. Have you ever craved something you really don't even like, you know, something, and you're just not able to shake it until you've actually consumed whatever that craving is? That's your body talking to you, and only you. Listen to it. Listen, and you will soon begin to understand it. You and your body will be one as it was always meant to be. Find a space to be alone where it's quiet and take a seated or sitting position, something comfortable. And then I want you to mentally start at the top of your head and feel, without touching yourself, feel your body all the way down to your toes. Slow, slow, slow. I mean, take it real slow. This is like, have you ever heard that song, Body Like a Back Road, 1 inch is a mile? Take it real slow and learn. Feel your body, become familiar with it. You should know every nook and cranny on your body. But but first you need to just introduce yourself to each other. So ever so slowly go down your entire body until you've reached the tip of your toes. Now you have just been introduced to each other. Now I want you to go there again and again and again and again and again. At some point, I want you to begin to feel the outside. Feel every centimeter of your skin until you know every bump and crevice. And if any bump or crevice should change, you should always be the first to know. Now, Some of you are really quick and sensed that there was something in there that didn't belong. You sensed darkness, maybe. For me, it's the darkness. Um, just kind of like a blurry section of dark cloud in places that it shouldn't be. Um, kind of like an inability to focus on that particular spot. If you saw anything like that or felt anything like that, that was fear. It's a nasty little mother. And we're going to talk about how to kill it next week. But for now, it can and will fuck with your ability to know and especially control your own body. Because, in case you didn't know it, your body being on autopilot is just another word for being run entirely by fear. That's what autopilot is. But no worries. No worries. We're going to get rid of them. Until next week, though, just become familiar with your body inside and out. This body is your life support on a planet that you can't breathe the air. And if you fuck it up, you die. Do you feel like your body is aging, but your mind is still 40, 30, hell, 20? When you look in the mirror at what your body has aged to, it doesn't seem to fit with the youthfulness, the what we call juvenescence of your mind. That's because you aren't supposed to die in your 70s, 80s, or 90s. That's insane. Your body was built to thrive for centuries, and your mind knows it, even if you don't. So get in sync with your body and allow yourself to live. Be the age in your life that you are in your mind, and your body will follow. It is designed to follow wherever you lead. It does what you tell it to do. So lead. I should warn you, I should warn you, however, that there is a slight side effect to getting in sync with your body. Everyone I have ever trained has become heightened sexually. The more in sync they become with their bodies, the more turned on they get by their own bodies. I can honestly say it's hard for me to touch any of my bare skin at all. This is a great thing, though, and don't look at it any differently. For you men, if you've followed my training in the steps I've designed so far, you will begin to restore that oh so necessary testosterone to your penis. And it will, hopefully, discover an all new power and control. In other words, your vitality should return. As soon as your testosterone system is turned back on and you probably shouldn't even have to take complete control of your body for that to get working again. But when you do take complete control of your body, that too will follow. For women, especially women who have been miserable, never had great, much less good sex, and looked at their husbands as nothing more than an added responsibility, you may feel guilty about these new sensations. But I urge all women to take this as an opportunity to explore their sexuality, open up the mind to possibilities, take those fantasies out of mothballs and bring them to life. I know if you are anywhere near my age, you were raised, taught, instructed that sex was for men and your only job was to make them enjoy the encounter. So you probably had a life of fake orgasms and excuses. Here's what I want you ladies to do: give yourself this week as completely guilt free to experience as much personal gratification as you can bear. And if you've never been to a sex shop, I urge you to take a trip. If it's just too much, park in the back and wear a hat. But get in the door and explore. I promise you'll buy a lot more than you ever thought you would. And these toys are sure things, unlike men. What I mean is, orgasms are aplenty with toys, but with a man, we all know it's luck of the draw. But if you are with a man, stop faking orgasms. How in the hell is a man ever going to figure out what pleases a woman if you don't show him? He does not read minds, contrary to what most of you believe. And he is not a real quick thinker when it comes to the female anatomy, especially when his own anatomy is engaged. Teach him, show him, let him see how you do it. Open up your mind, and together you can bring every fantasy the two of you have ever had to life. Having sex with a partner is like spending the day at an amusement park where you get to ride all the rides and there are no kids. Well, there better not be kids. And you probably don't even need a condom because you've been together so long. I envy that. But if you are not in a committed relationship, no glove, no love. Sex is amazing, but not worth dying for. Now, ladies, if you don't have a partner and just can't bring yourself to return the flirting you're getting from the bag boy, consider hiring an escort. Yes, that means prostitute. Now, my feelings are that it should have always been legal. It was, in fact, the very first business ever created, and it has endured the test of time, where many businesses have not. I heard this line in a movie. It is, oh, so true. He said, "You don't pay a whore to fuck you, you pay her to leave." Amen, brother. And if you want to be in control, experiment without worry, or just really get a good fuck without the hanger on, hire someone really hot. This is another area where you should buy the best and do not ever forget no glove, no love. Get a hotel room, make a day of it, and do know that it is still illegal and you could be arrested. But so worth it. Anyway, I feel the need to say this. Some laws are just stupid. For example, less than 75 years ago, the law allowed a white person to lynch any black person for virtually any reason. Less than 50 years ago, women were men's property. He owned his wife and his daughter like he owned a cow or a horse or a car. All I'm saying is that most laws are written to protect the wealthy, and there isn't one judge, lawyer, or politician, male or female, that I've ever met that hasn't purchased their own person of pleasure. Some laws are just stupid. And the nice thing about living for centuries is that these stupid laws and the stupid people who wrote them won't be around anymore. Making prostitution legal makes it safer for the escort and the customer, and it helps put an end, or at least a serious dent, in human trafficking. If more people got laid more often, this world would be a better place. So please get laid, especially if all you've been feeling is angry and bitter. Sex cures headaches, relieves stress, and is a fabulous all over body exercise. It's the one thing you can do no matter how injured or sick you might be. And usually it's free. Now, here's my last tip for you ladies: your pussy has no value. We were raised to guard that thing like it was sacred. We were taught that it was a privilege to allow a man to enter it, and he had to be worthy and honorable to do so. Fuck that shit. Sex is lust. Love has absolutely nothing to do with sex. I can fuck somebody I hate, but I have no desire to fuck most of the people I love. If a man fucks you, he found you attractive, or at the very least willing. He wasn't feeling anything above that, even if he's married to you. Men are really simple. You, however, were raised with a fairy tale that the culmination of two naked bodies is the birth of love. Nope. It was just carnal. And you know this because every single one of you has used your body, has had sex with someone to get something from them, including your husband, with no personal desire. Yeah, you know exactly how they think. But put the past in the past. I don't care who fucked you wrong, who fucked you right. Let it go. Concentrate on this long term thinker. The future holds all the power. This person who wants to thrive, which includes a pleasurable sex life for centuries to come. What are your fantasies? Not the rape one, the others. Find a way to make them happen, and your outside will glow with the youthful passion you once felt without shame. Your confidence will rise. And let me tell you, ladies, if you have ever wanted to know what the number one turn on to any man is, it's confidence. Confidence gives you the power to choose who you fuck from any guy in the room. I promise. Give it a try. Or if you are in a committed relationship, here's a fun game. Each of you write down all of your fantasies on separate pieces of paper and put them in a bowl. And then one of you chooses the evening's entertainment. But no judgment is allowed in Fantasyland. From pearl necklaces to defecation, there are some strange ones. But no judgment is allowed. Find a safe zone and a safe word, and you just might discover you are happier more days than not. Getting in tune with your body means pleasing it, so it continues to please you. The body is a priceless, one of a kind, beautiful treasure, and it was meant to be worshiped. And if nobody else will worship it, you have the power. What you do is just between you and it. Nobody else has to know. And the trust is given. Your life, your body, your choice. Begin to make choices for your body that are pleasing to you or the both of you, depending on how you see yourself. And here's my last little secret of the day. The better your sex life, the longer you live. And as always, until we meet again.